What is the art of being unbothered? Why should you be unbothered, and when should you bother? Assalamu alaikum. Hello. Okay, so a topic that is very close to my heart when it comes to emotional maturity, emotional independence, emotional control, because you know I'm all about that. That's my jam, okay? And that filters through in every facet of life, not just in relationships and intimacy and all of that, but in every single part of life, whether it's with your children, whether it's with your professors at university, whether it is with your bosses or your father or your husband. Every single relationship will feel this. Number one is, when you are a woman, your emotional well-being is of the utmost importance, because we are governed by our emotions and they get us into so much trouble. Ladies, I'm sure you can relate. By the way, if you love this hat, do DM me on Instagram at kudziamalco, courtesy of Eccentric Hats in Durban, South Africa, if you would like to get it. And if you would like to have it shipped to you internationally, do send me a DM and we'll get your hatting their way to you. Okay. So the art of being unbothered, what is it, how do you do it, and what exactly am I talking about? It means that we have to maintain our zen-like frame at times when we need it the most, and to understand and know ourselves as to when we are being triggered, what sets us off, what makes us feel those angry feelings that make us want to have an outburst, that make us want to F-bomb, that make us want to kill someone, not literally, of course. When we let our emotions get the better of us, and when we need to reel them back, is when you will need to master the art of being unbothered. Now, the art of being unbothered means that no matter what people say or do to you, they cannot take you off your frame easily. They cannot get under your skin. You have to have, I think, was it Imran Chunara at one of his talks, I think it was at the Africa Muslim Agency fundraising brunch, I think he said that you have to be thick-skinned and soft-hearted, and I really liked that, so I'm going to use that here. Thanks, Imran. You're going to have to be thick-skinned and soft-hearted, and that is such a beautiful way of putting what it means to be feminine and gracious, okay? It means you let people throw whatever they want to throw at you, but you understand that they're only throwing it at you because they're unhappy. So you now deal with them from a place of compassion and understanding and empathy, rather than being reactive and defensive and want to hit them over the head with a broomstick or something. Reel back and not be reactive to everything everyone does. It takes a lot of your energy when you've got to keep snapping back and coming back with a comeback, to retaliate to all of the things that people say that you take as an offense. Sometimes people take things as an offense that were never intended to be an offense, but because they have an insecurity within them, they start to think that every arrow was aimed at them. So don't take an arrow and stab yourself with it and say that that's what that person was going to do or what they want to do, because their words may have been misconstrued by you. You've possibly misunderstood them, and there you go off like a crazy person, jumping to conclusions and defending yourself when really their statement had nothing to do with you. In fact, most of the time, even if it is intended at you to attack you, believe it or not, ladies, their statement actually has nothing to do with you, okay? Even if they're attacking something on you directly, it's because they are somehow unhappy inside. It's because they are somehow lacking inside. It's because they are somehow trying to retaliate to the anger that they feel in themselves about what's going on in their lives, that they just find you to project that on, and then they throw that at you. But actually it has nothing to do with you. It wasn't meant for you. It's their own issues that they're having trouble dealing with, and you just happen to be the casualty in the situation. Another thing when it comes to the art of being unbothered is, which area of being unbothered do you want to be unbothered? There's being unbothered with men and how they treat you. Do watch my other videos on the no contact rule and how not to be fazed by their behavior or by their absence or by they pulling back their attention and affection from you. You need to be your own inbuilt storehouse of affection, attention, and fulfillment. And in that way, when you are your own storehouse of fulfillment, you will not feel needy, like you need to constantly be chasing down someone to validate you, to give you their approval, to make you feel okay about yourself. You need to honestly do it all by yourself and move along in life like you don't need them. You want them in your life. And that's how you can show the ultimate form of appreciation, by not bugging and pestering people, but actually embracing them in your life and enjoying your time with them. When it comes to being unbothered as well, there's an important principle, which is what should you be unbothered about and what should you be bothered about. Understanding this distinction will help you in this emotional maturing that you are going through, hopefully, inshallah, with my video. So what should we be bothered about? If we can maybe separate that from all the clutter in our heads, maybe then we can understand, hey, you know what, I'm only going to give my attention and my energy to this. And that solves so many problems. It sorts out so much of the anxiety and the clutter and the mental noise that is happening. Because our brains as women are so all over the place. We multitask, we get a lot done, we juggle this, we juggle that, we juggle this, all our wires cross all the time. So we need to focus into where we want to put our cherished attention and energy, because we're gonna age. If you worry too much about the wrong things, you'll age faster. It's called stress. Nobody wants that. You want to be able to channel your energy in a productive way and invest it in the proper place. You should be bothered about things that are direly important to you. For most women, this could be yourself. And I'm putting yourself first for a reason. So please take the hint. You need to take care of number one first. If you're a crazy mess, your kids are gonna be not very proud of you as a mom, even if you're taking care of them. Okay, they want to be able to say, hey, that's my mom, or whatever it is. Number two, you take care of your, and now it's not going to be in any set order, okay, but I put you first for a reason, because without you, you're going to lose yourself to everything, and then there you go, lost. The other thing that you have to be bothered about, of course, is your children. They're your love. They should be the love of your life. The other place you need to be bothered is your religion, in taking care of the rights that Allah has upon you and what you should be giving him. Now, all of us fail in some place or another. I am totally not perfect in this, we all know that. And so I focus on where I'm good at, and I do as much of that as possible. So try and do that. Don't try to do everything. Some things you will fail at, sometimes you will be good at something, sometimes you won't be good at the other things. Okay, there's some, of course, the obligatory things you need to do, whether you are good at them or not. But then the optional things, of course, do as much as you can of the ones that you have an aptitude in. Then the other thing that you need to focus on is your relatives, your family, your studies, your society, to contribute to that in a way, your health, your fitness, your finances, your mental health, who you allow in your space to either corrupt your mental state of mind and your vibe, or who you allow in your space to uplift you, to make you feel and become better than you are. Even if, they don't always tell you what you like to hear. I'm certainly one of those people that will tell you what you don't like to hear, because the change is actually found in the truth, not in flattery or blowing smoke up your tush. So what you need to remember is you need to focus on what is important to you. Be bothered about those things. And then, whether you're single and a guy texts you or doesn't text you, you're too busy with your career, building your own business, building your own empire, doing your own thing, learning how to do different art projects, hobbies, pastimes, anything that you love, anything that gives you your passion and brings your heart to life and gives you joy, because you need to know that you are worthy, and that comes from a place of worthiness. Also, you shouldn't be bothered about who doesn't like you if you're following your dreams and they are either jealous of you, or they either don't support you because they think it's too big or too far-fetched of a dream, or they themselves can't do it so they feel like you can't do it. You need to not be bothered by those. You need to stand firm on your own and be willing to bite the bullets and roll with the punches, and be able to stand in your own strength by yourself and be able to say, I believe in me. And that is something so important that I hope to pass on to you. I hope you go and slay and go and do whatever you need to do to be unbothered. But for now, this is just the tip of the iceberg, and let's go from there. I want you to think about things in your life that you want to be bothered about, And remember, it's a process of elimination. Everything else should not faze you, including what other people say to you, which are like arrows to the heart, but actually they're the ones in pain and need your compassion and empathy. So let's show them that. And first, let's show ourselves that. Okay? Take care, darlings. Love you. Mwah. Assalamu alaikum.